Hi, my name is Ray. I'm a travel junkie. Join me on adventures in the most beautiful places on our planet without breaking the bank. Welcome back, and now on our way to Halong Bay, we're gonna stop at the Pearl Museum. Fantastic place. Hop on a boat, cruise around some of the islands. One of them actually has a sand beach. Then we're gonna go on bamboo boats into some exotic coves. And then we're gonna hike through one of the biggest caves in the world. Sunset, party. All right, I'm glad you're coming with me, and let's go. So the next day, I decided to go to World Heritage Site, Halong Bay. Everybody saw it probably in movies, in pictures. It's one of a kind site. So when you drive there, make sure you stop at the Pearl Museum on your way to Halong Bay. I took the bus, which was comfortable. We had a guide who explained a lot of things, and thanks God we made a stop to use the Happy Room. We all know by now what the Happy Room in Vietnam is. The Happy Room is the bathroom, and everybody always is happy when we can stop at the bathroom after 2 hours in the bus. So there was the Pearl Museum, and pearls in every shape, pearl chains, pearl rings, pearl everything, and it's so beautiful, and you can buy it. It's not even that expensive. You think pearls are very precious. There's so many pearls, they can keep the price low, and I highly recommend to bring a pearl chain or pearl earrings or pearl rings back to your girlfriend, or maybe also to your wife, so they're both happy. Then you finally arrive at the harbor, and I was set up with a crew of like 20 people from around the world also, and we had this beautiful boat. This tour which takes you to the Halong Bay, the Pearl Museum. You get fed on the boat, nice information on the bus right there. The whole thing was $49 as far as I remember. I think it stayed under $50, so you can't beat that deal. First thing, of course, we got some lunch and some drinks, and I was very fortunate to be on the table with 5 girls from Germany and Holland. We made friends within 5 minutes. We ate. The food was delicious, but outside the site was incredible. It's 3,001 islands. I don't know who counted them, and I hope he's right. I don't want to tell you any stories here. 3,001 islands. Most of them even have names. So we cruised through these islands, and there was an island that had a little tower on top of it. They put staircase to get up there, and you had a beautiful view. And that island was one of the few islands that had a sand beach. So it was time to take a swim in Halong Bay. The water was actually pretty cold, but refreshing, because the temperature was like around 85 degrees. So it was nice to jump in the water. Of course, there are a lot of other boats and ships, and what I would recommend to hire a boat where you can stay overnight, 1 or 2 nights, and see more of the 3001 island, maybe 51 islands or 100, and you get fed and you have a nice cabin with bed and you stay there for a night or 2 and really get an impression of this world-class site. So on to the next adventure in Halong Bay is take a kayak and we go through this tunnel into like a lagoon, and everybody is on their own and to discover what's going on there. So I wanted to do the kayak, but then I wouldn't have a hand free to film it, so you would have to just look at some photos. But now you can come with me and experience that like I did. Wherever you look, it's a spectacle of cliffs and trees, the water. After the boat, we were taken on a short hike to a cave. Song Sot Cave. So we go through that cave, and it feels like it's never gonna end. I feel the cave's gonna come out in New Orleans or New York. That's how far it keeps on going and going. I think I overheard one of the tour leaders that it's the second biggest cave in the world. By the way, the biggest one is a little bit more inland and also in Vietnam, and apparently it takes 10 days to go through that one. I needed a longer visa to do this, so I stuck with the second biggest cave, and it was pretty spectacular. This cave adventure was also included in the boat trip. So that day was a 14-hour day. You look around, you see stalagmites and you see caves and you see waterfalls out of stone. And what they told me that before it became an empty cave, it was all underwater. It was an underwater cave. Now, thanks God, it's overwater. I couldn't dive that long. We went through this whole cave. It took about an hour. But I have to say, every step and every turn, it was a different sight. Even the colors changed. Some of the rocks were blue, some were red, some were orange. Some of those rocks had some really weird formations. One rock really looked like a penis, and everybody took photos there. When we came out of the cave, we had a beautiful view of the cove and many ships. And there was a souvenir shop. You might want to buy something there. It's cheap and there's some beautiful stuff. When you look down at all the ships anchored there and bringing in the people to go through the cave. It's a beautiful bay. Don't miss it. Don't miss the caves. It's a one-in-a-lifetime experience. Back on the boat, the sun was going down. It's gotten so romantic. Even now, looking at this for you and showing it to you, I get tears in my eyes. It's one romantic moment where the whole crew of the boat was partying. We had hors d'oeuvres, dessert drinks, and we all watched the sun going down behind 3001 islands. Slowly we made our way back into the harbor. Everybody got really silent. It was one hell of a day. You would love being on those boats. The sea is very calm. It's super smooth. No worries about getting seasick or anything. One other thing you're definitely not gonna be, you're not gonna be homesick because you want to stay there forever. And that was about it for Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed the trip with me. Seeing all these incredible sights. Vietnam has so much to offer. My next trip, I tell you the secret, it'll be the Baltic Sea. Check out where that is. I'm not gonna tell you right now, but you can join me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next affordable luxury trip in the Baltics.